Hi, welcome to our channel, Our Truck and Adventure. I'm Rick, my girlfriend's Missy, and we're both Class A CDL team truck drivers. Little about us. I worked in the RV industry for 25 years as an RV chassis tech, and got to the point the last few years I hated every single day I went to work. It just wasn't fun anymore. Just the old proverbial grind every day. My girlfriend Missy, she was a registered nurse. And she got to the same point. She just tired of dealing with people, tired of dealing with all the BS, and just hated going to her job every day too. The one good thing is where she was a nurse at is the place we currently work at. She was a registered nurse and she was in the trucking department, transportation side of this company we work for, dealing with all the truckers and the DOT testing and all their issues. Funny side story, what's the difference between a 6-week-old puppy and a truck driver? The puppy will quit whining in about 2 weeks, and that's the way it got to be for her. So she calls me up one day and she says, "Hey, you want to go trucking?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She says, "Well, the guy down the hall that's in charge of all the over the road keeps bugging me for the last year if I want to make some real money to go trucking." And she goes, "What do you think about going team truck driving?" I said, "Well, the thought of being on the road for weeks at a time, cooped up in a sleeper with another person, I don't know. This could go bad real quick. I'd have to think about that." And she says, "Well, this is potentially the amount of money you can make team truck driving for the company I work for." And she threw out a dollar amount. I said, "Well, that's about what I make now." And she goes, "No, dummy, that's each of us." I was like, sign me up. So that was August of 2018. I totally submersed myself listening to YouTube videos and anything I could find out about team truck driving. I'd be working my regular job, doing my chassis work at the RV dealership with my earbuds in and just absorbing all the information I could about team truck driving. And then we both signed up for school at our local community colleges, which actually worked out pretty good because being an older, they had a deal where you could go back to school and they had all kinds of, I guess, grants or money allotted. So I did that, but the total cost for our school, each of us, was approximately $1,800. When it was all said and done with the grants and whatnot for us oldsters, out of pocket for me was $500. Out of pocket for her was $62. So we were able to get our training at the local community college and get our licenses, our CDL licenses, on a manual transmission truck. So we have no automatic restriction on our license and got some good training. And then we both went to work straight away to the company that we work for now. I was able to go about 6 weeks earlier than her because I went full-time every day, 5 days a week in the evening, and she went 3 days a week in the evening. So my course was 7 weeks and hers was like 14. So I started working there, and they have a real good training program. And unfortunately, we have a lot of what they call local runs, which is just around our communities, let's say within a 50-mile radius, delivering our product and supplies to our manufacturing plants. So I got tons of training, driving local with a good trainer, and lots of backing every night, backing into spaces, backing into docks, learning how to operate the trucks. And these were all day cab trucks. And just listening. And got a lot of valuable experience. And I'm fortunate that our company does our training that way, because a lot of companies, they're going to get you your CDL 4 weeks, they're going to throw you out to the wolves on the road with another team member or a trainer that just only in it for the money. So we were fortunate. We had good trainers and a good program and a good safety program. So I did that for 9 weeks, and then I was able to move up to what they call backhaul, and that's where we deliver the product we deliver on our OTR side is to our distribution centers around the country. So to pay the bills, the company is still a regular trucking company. We backhaul stuff from up north, mostly wherever we're coming from, and it could be mail, air conditioners, candy boxes, who knows what's in the back of some of these trailers. So that gets dropped off back in our town. And then the backhaul division, the second part of our training, we go and deliver these products. And for us, it's mostly down to Atlanta, was where most of these products went. So you get a lot of experience going to facilities, learning how the different facilities are set up, different types of backing, having to back into the docks, having to figure out how to do the paperwork, turn the paperwork in, talk to the receiving clerks, and you do that for about 4 to 6 weeks. So I had a really good trainer, and he taught me some really good tips on improving my backing game and utilizing the e-logs, how to use that properly and how to work that, and make sure you're doing all that right, make sure you're doing your pre-trip inspections right, and just there's some good trainers in that side of our company too. And then the last phase of training, you go out with a trainer over the road. And so for the first 2 to 4 weeks, you're driving what they call solo. So you're doing all the driving, the trainer's there, but he sits in the passenger seat. He doesn't go into the sleeper and go to sleep and just let you have at it. He has to be up, and so you're driving just like you would be a solo driver. You got your time, when you run out of town, you park it, and you stay the night in the trucks with the trainer. So you do that for about 2 to 4 weeks till he's comfortable with you. And then you actually go and start team driving. So where you're actually driving one shift and he's driving one shift. And so you get to learn how the team experience is. And I had super good trainer on that. And he taught me a lot of stuff. And so I can't say enough good things about the company we work for. We got some super good trainers, and I got a lot of really good experience. So then I had to stay in the team side a little longer, waiting for Missy to finish up her training, because she was ended up being about 4 weeks behind me. So I had to run about a month with several different guys team driving, waiting for her to get through all her training. And let me tell you, team driving, when they just match you up with somebody and you gotta start driving, it can suck. I had a couple good guys that I ran with, and I had a couple guys that I'm glad I'm not running with anymore. I'll just leave it at that. So it was definitely an experience. So just more experience, more on the job training. So once it got time for me and her to team up together, she'd done her team training with a female, and she was ready to go, and I was already out and I was ready to go. So we started together, and we both enjoy being with each other. We don't have a lot of friends we hang out with, so I mean, you're confined in a space about 6 foot by 6 foot, basically 24 hours a day. And it's definitely an experience. But if you get along good with the person, whether it's your girlfriend, wife, best friend, cousin, whatever, it can be a really good experience. And it can be challenging too. And I'd have to say the biggest challenge for me was learning how to sleep in the truck while it was going down the road. That ain't no joke. It felt like he was riding in the back of a cement truck going down the road. I remember the first night I slept in the truck going down the road, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I signed up for? Because this ain't gonna work. But you get used to it, and you do things, you know, whether you listen to music or take you a couple Benadryl, just something to knock you out. You get used to it after a while, and we actually sleep better in the truck now than we do at home. I think because at home it's so quiet and there's nothing going on. So that's where we're at right now. We're team truck driving. We're having fun. We're getting a bunch of experience. We're getting to see lots of places that we wouldn't normally get to see. Get to meet all kinds of people. Get to eat at different restaurants that you wouldn't normally eat at in our area. So it's definitely an experience. So that our videos are going to be to share our experiences and help others like we were helped, and turn you on to information, give you some pointers, show you some tips and tricks we've learned, and just share the knowledge. I guess pay it forward, as they say. So this is our first video, and I'll be making more, and as I get time. Like right now we're down in Savannah, Georgia, and we're just waiting to get loaded. So got a little extra time. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and it's 85 degrees, so you can't ask for a much better day than that. So until our next video, appreciate you watching, and stay tuned. Bye.